Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I want to inspire you to make a super delicious classic French dessert called Fraisier. It's not only delicious but it also looks amazing. I'm sure you guys will love it. So let's get started. We start with the Strawberry Confit and Compote. The ingredients we need are strawberries, strawberry puree, packed in NH, lemon juice, sugar, and glucose syrup. We add the lemon juice to the glucose syrup. We also add the strawberry puree, and we mix them to incorporate. Next, we mix the sugar and packed in NH to combine well, because this will help avoid lumps from forming. Then, using a whisk, we mix the pectin and sugar in the strawberry puree mixture, and we do so gradually. Once we incorporate all the pectin and sugar, we switch to a spatula and we mix. Now we want to bring the mixture to a boil on medium heat and we cook it for 2 minutes. And this is our strawberry confit ready. We let it cool and then in a clean bowl we measure 100 grams of the strawberry confit. Then we add the strawberries to the saucepan and we'll cook this mixture on medium heat, mixing constantly till the strawberries soften. It takes about 3 minutes. And this is our compote ready. We let it cool and then place it into a clean bowl and we cover it with cling film in contact. And we place it in the fridge to set. We also place cling film on the 100 grams of strawberry confit that we measured. This will be our shiny top layer. And we place it in the fridge to set completely. Now we can make the mousseline cream, which is based on custard cream. The ingredients we need are egg yolks, milk, butter, cornstarch, gelatin mass, sugar, butter, and 1 vanilla bean. We take the milk and place it into a saucepan. We cut the vanilla bean and scrape out the seed. And we add the seeds to the milk. We also cut the vanilla pod and we add it to the milk too. We bring the mixture to 80 degrees Celsius right before boiling point and we remove it from the heat. We cover it with cling film and we let it infuse for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, we remove the cling film and we heat it up again to 80 degrees Celsius. While the milk is warming up, in a clean mixing bowl, we place the sugar and the egg yolks and we mix them. Next, we add the cornstarch and we mix well using a whisk. Once the milk is hot, we remove it from the heat. Then we remove the vanilla pods. And while mixing constantly, we add the hot milk slowly to the egg yolk mixture. Then we pour the mixture back into the saucepan and place it back on low heat and we keep mixing constantly. We can see how the mixture starts to thicken and we keep mixing and allow the custard to cook for at least 2 minutes. The custard becomes creamy and smooth and after the 2 minutes we remove it from the heat and we add the gelatin mass and we mix so that the gelatin melts. Next, we strain the custard through a sieve into a clean container to eliminate any small lumps or remaining pieces from the vanilla pods, and we also want to cool the custard faster. Once the custard cools to 45 degrees, we can add the smaller part of butter and we mix well till the butter is well incorporated. The custard turns creamier and shiny, just beautiful. We take a larger container and we spread the custard into it because we want to cool it fast to 4 degrees Celsius to avoid the bacteria from forming. We place cling film in contact, trying to avoid air bubbles, and we place it into the freezer for 10 minutes. We do not want to freeze it, we just want to cool it fast, so after the 10 minutes we transfer it back into the fridge till we are ready to assemble the cake. We move on to finish our top layer of strawberry confit. We take the 100 grams of strawberry confit from the fridge. By now it's set and it's jellified, and we want to mix it a little bit to make it creamier. Then we blend it using an immersion blender. This will make it shiny and very smooth. We place the confit on top of a plastic guitar sheet. And we spread it and we roll it with a rolling pin to get an even layer. I am making 3 heart-shaped mini fraisier, so I am rolling the confit to get 3 heart shapes out of it. I cut out 3 heart shapes from a plastic guitar sheet and I place them on top of the confit, trying to avoid air bubbles. And we cover it with the plastic guitar sheet and we place it in the freezer again. Now we can make the Genoise Sponge Cake, but first we preheat the oven to 356 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. The ingredients we need for the sponge cake are eggs, butter, sugar, salt, flour, potato starch, and honey. We place the eggs into the mixing bowl of the stand mixer and we add the honey, and the salt, then the sugar, and we mix to combine. We place the mixing bowl onto a water bath and we mix constantly till it reaches 45 degrees Celsius. Then we remove from the heat and we start mixing on medium speed till the eggs double in volume. In another mixing bowl, we sift the flour and the potato starch, and we mix them well using a whisk. While the eggs are still whisking, we can prepare our baking pan. I use a 38 by 28 centimeters baking pan, and I use this size because I want to have a thin sponge cake since I am using small cake rings. To prepare it, we spread some butter along the sides of the pan and then we sprinkle it with a little bit of flour and we remove the excess flour. Then we line the baking pan with a silicone mat and it's ready. Once the eggs doubled in volume and we can form a shape that does not sink, we can start adding the dry ingredients and we gently fold them in. We get a beautiful fluffy batter. We melt the butter to 45 degrees Celsius and we add a little bit of the batter into the butter and we mix well to incorporate. Then we add the butter mixture to the batter and we mix gently. The batter is now ready to be baked. Now we can pour the batter into the baking pan and we spread it evenly using a spatula. And we bake it for 10 minutes or until golden brown. We can check for doneness by pressing gently on it or using a toothpick. If it comes out clean, the cake is done. We can remove the skin that formed on the surface of the cake, peeling it off by hand, and we let it cool down completely at room temperature. We run a knife around the edges of the cake pan to make sure the sponge cake is not sticking to it, and we place a parchment paper on top, followed by a cutting board, and we flip it over. The cake comes out easily and we remove the silicone mat. Now we can cut out heart shapes smaller than the cake ring that we will use to assemble our mini fraisiers. From the remaining cake sponge, you can cut out the shapes you desire and you can freeze them wrapped in cling film for up to 2 months. Then you can use them anytime, just make sure you defrost them in the fridge before using. Next, we are making strawberry rum syrup. The ingredients we need are water, sugar, and strawberry rum. We place the water into the saucepan and we add the sugar and we place it on medium heat and we bring it to a boil. We pour our syrup into a clean container and we let it cool completely before adding the strawberry rum. If you prefer your dessert without alcohol, you can skip this step. Now we can prepare to assemble the cakes. We take out of the fridge the strawberry compote and we remove the cling film. The compote jellified, so we need to mix it to make it creamy and pipeable. We put the compote in a piping bag and we set it aside. Next, we prepare the hard cake rings. We add a little bit of water to the sides and then we stick to the sides of the cake ring a strip of plastic guitar sheet. And the cake rings are ready. Then we prepare the strawberries. We cut them in half and then we cut a 1/2 centimeter slice from both halves. We remove the side slices and we use the center slices and the strawberries are ready. We take out of the freezer the strawberry confit and we peel the guitar film from both sides, but we do not remove the heart-shaped guitar film. Then, using the hard cake ring, we cut out 3 heart shapes from the confit, placing the cake ring over the heart-shaped guitar sheet that we placed initially. We cover again with a plastic guitar sheet and then we place them back into the freezer. Now we can finish our mousseline cream. We take out of the fridge the custard cream, the custard jellified, and we want to mix it to make it creamy again. We also want to allow the custard to reach room temperature before adding the softened butter. Once the custard reaches room temperature, we place it into the mixing bowl and we mix on medium speed to make it creamier. Then in another mixing bowl, we add the softened butter and we mix it using a paddle attachment till creamy and fluffy. After creaming the butter, we can add it to the custard gradually, while we continue mixing on medium speed. And we obtain a beautiful and delicious mousseline cream. We place the cream into a piping bag and we are ready to assemble the cakes. We place a heart-shaped plastic guitar sheet on the cake board and then we place a cake ring on top of it. Then we place our strawberry slices against the inside walls of the cake ring all around. Then we pipe cream in between the strawberry slices and then we spread it with an offset spatula over the strawberry slices. Now we can pipe some cream on the bottom, and then we place our heart-shaped sponge cake on top of it. We soak our sponge cake with our strawberry rum syrup, and then we pipe cream on top. Next, we pipe some strawberry compote on top, and we cover it with another sponge cake, and we press slightly. Now we can pipe cream between the cake ring and the sponge cake, and lastly on top of the cake. And then we smooth it out using an offset spatula. We now take out of the freezer the heart-shaped strawberry confit, and we place it on top of the cake with a plastic guitar sheet facing up, and we press slightly, but we do not remove the guitar sheet yet. We place the cakes back into the fridge for at least 1 hour, then we remove the bottom guitar film, and using the cake ring cover, we slide the cake out of the mold. And using an offset spatula, we place the cake onto the cake board. We also remove the plastic guitar sheet from the sides of the cake and also from the top. So beautiful, and the glaze is so shiny. Do you like it? Let me know in the comments. This cake is beautiful as is and needs no decoration. But if you would like to decorate, here's one option. I use chantilly cream to pipe on top of the cake. I also use some of the strawberry confit and fresh strawberries. If you would like to learn how to make my chantilly cream, I will leave the link to my video for the chantilly cream in the description of this video, so make sure you check it out. Here I have my beautiful Fraisier, and I'm ready to try it. It's so delicious, light, creamy, fresh, perfect for this season. I'm sure you guys will love this recipe. Make sure you try it and let me know in the comments how it turned out for you. Also, let me know what other videos you would like to see. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like and subscribe to my channel if you didn't do so yet. Thank you again, and I will see you next week with another video. Bye!